Hello, howdy, how do you do? Welcome back, everybody. Good to see you. Jorstar, welcome in, good to see you. If you notice, we have something a little special down toward the bottom of the screen here. See this little thing that I've got here? Hey, Free Frag, how's it going? So I've decided, because I've heard myself say several times now, as a stupid typo, I keep making stupid typos. I figure maybe if we have kind of a stupid typo swear jar-ish kind of situation going on, that might encourage me to be a little bit more careful with my typing, and a little more observant of them when I'm like, why isn't this working? Maybe my first thought should be, there is a typo somewhere. So we're going to keep track of these. See, I've got macros here so we can increase or decrease them. Maybe it'll make me actually use proper variable names. That is also a good point, Jorstar. I have been doing it. So I think the hardest part is going... I don't even know if I want to go back to the old scripts that I made pre-minifier and fix the variable names. It might help, at least in the areas where I run into trouble. But I admittedly, I have been doing a bit better at that since I started using the minifier. I've been not so afraid of the long variable names, but... definitely, some of this is JavaScript. Like, you can actually just use a method that doesn't exist, and JavaScript doesn't have a problem with it until you go to call it, and then it's like, hey, that's not defined, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. But just hit F2 on a variable and rename it. Yeah, I think the problem is, like, I don't always know what the variable's doing without reading the code, and in some of my older scripts, I'm reusing some variables for some other things. Anyway, it's a good point though, Jorstar, and that's what I'm going to do, along with maybe just being a little bit more careful with my typos. So we'll see how these typos go. These typos right here, I think. So we'll see. All right. Yeah. I don't want to like go through and refactor a bunch of stuff that's working right now, though. So we'll see if we get there. Jorstar. If we get there. Look, you've got me using HSE. You got me to move to HSM. I'm one of those people. I'm not one of those people. Hey, what do you mean, those people? What do you mean, those people? What does that even mean? Shin Raven. Welcome in. Thank you for 30 bits. Thank you for the super thumbs up. Nice to see you. How goes the things? The things are pretty good. Jorstar, I'm not one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it people. Sometimes things need some cleaning up, but I have a lot to do. And I have an attention problem, so I don't want to get too tied up in the weeds on some of this stuff. So, Raven, how are things going? They're going pretty good. How are you? As far as how things are going in hackmud, I actually let my automation run for a while this afternoon on alternating between two of my tier 1 users, and ended up with not a lot of GC from it, obviously, because it's just tier 1, but it seems fairly stable. Maybe even it might be worth, because again, like I usually do, I make some last minute changes without testing them, and then I go to show it off on stream, and it's broken because I introduced a bug. But this should be working the way that it sits right now. So let's try running it. It should just pop up here, right? No, it didn't. Oh, it did. Shoot. Okay, that's one thing. I added like an automation warning message, but it defaults to active, so I want to default this to inactive. That's just to let me know that it's running or not running. So, okay. Did I make it so it doesn't close a hard line if it's in one? Yes. So I did add a cancellation token check, I should say that I removed the code to force exiting a hardline if I interrupt automation. So that way, if something goes wrong in hardline, I can recover from the automation without wasting the rest of the hardline. So yeah, I did make that change. There might be a couple. I think there's going to be. So this is all for tier 1, right? So there's going to be some adjustments that I'm going to have to make to get this working with tier 2, and one of them is there are still some tier 2 locks that I cannot solve, right? And that would be any very rare data check v2s that might have a v3 question that I don't have any of the answers for. A potential for an account NT miss, though I did see it with 100% solve rate the last time I was running it, but you never know with account NT. And then the third thing was keys, right? Lockbox, I still don't have a bunch of keys. So I'll have to kind of add some detection in there to know that if I try to breach a tier 2 NPC and I get a failure message saying that I don't have a key for lockbox, I have to just abandon the hardline, right? Because lockbox is always going to be iffy. Yeah, it is. And I think the main adjustment I'm going to have to make to my automation, Joristar, is that that's a normal failure, and you can't recover, because once you start trying to breach an NPC, that's it. You have to finish, or you have to close the hardline. So there will be some of those adjustments, and I think we're probably going to get into some of those adjustments on stream tonight. So let's run this the way that it stands on some of the. Oops, I gotta type in here. Some of the. Well, we'll just let it run a little bit here. I think I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Probably just put it here. So you got a nice big automation running thing up in the menu here. Something else I noticed, if you make the hackmud window too small, you can't enter hardline, which I thought was kind of funny. I also slowed down the time between breaching and clearing and flushing the screen, because I found some just a couple times where it was a little too rapid, and so the commands were kind of bumping into each other a little bit during the automation. So you'll notice this is a little bit slower than it was yesterday. That's on purpose. But yeah, I had the hackmud window like really, really small, and it doesn't display any of the numbers. So I think the idea is, from a manual point of view.
Pilgrim! Hey, buddy, welcome to the Chaos
KB in real life. KB in real life. KB. Welcome in. Oh, geez. Okay. So I just got a cross thread violation. Okay, let's hide this for a second here. Yeah, so KB, thank you for the follow and welcome in. Yeah, so this is one of the changes I just added, and this is all about my that automation thing that I added. So what happened here? I don't know why it stopped. The automation tried to stop itself, but yeah, I did. I have to do. Oh, that's a new thing that I added. Okay, I don't need this right now. This is I was trying to do some cross-thread violating stuff. So forget that for now. I'll just add this in here. I have the problem where when I cancel my automation thread, I want to, because it's running asynchronously in the background, I want to be able to update the main form, the UI, to say that the automation has stopped now. So I was doing that with this continue with, because it's supposed to do essentially like it's supposed to give it a callback, but I don't think I used it properly. That might be one problem. I think what I might do is I might pass a handler for this in. I mean, I might as well just do it now, right? Like we said, we were doing some automation work today, so I am just going to. Is this still going to give me a cross-thread violation though? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Let's see. I haven't done UI work in a really long time, so I'm kind of a little iffy on how to do. Isn't it either a handler or an event that you have to fire off? Yeah. So like what I tried to do it with essentially just this threading thing. But I think this is meant for like worker threads and not UI threads. That's what my instinct is telling me. So I'm going to move. Well, in here I need to add a callback handler for it. So we're going to do. It does nothing. It's going to be automation stop callback, and then have. Automation stopped callback. Automation stopped. Automation stopped callback. Automation stopped callback. This is fun. Automation stopped callback. There's probably a way in IntelliSense to have done all that for me, but oh well. You just make console apps nowadays, Jorstar? Yeah. I don't even make console apps. I make back-end APIs and stuff and automated monitoring tools. So I don't even have like. That's one of our challenges right now on my team is we have to make some tooling because we used to have another team that was tightly coupled with ours that did UI, so we could use their UI to test our back-end stuff. But now, as we're decoupling, we can't use their UI reliably. So we have to make a bunch of tooling. The last time you did an interface, you did MVVM. I'm not familiar with that acronym. An API is just a console app. I mean, yes, it's very security minded. So there's lots of tokenization and stuff that needs to happen there. Model view model. Oh yeah, that stuff. KB, you say that sounds like it's awesome to work on. It's I mean it is, right? Like it's interesting. It's got some challenging aspects to it. And it's nice to not be. It's nice to have my end users be developers on other development teams. You still get problems with like people just being picky or wish-washy specs on things that you're building, but it's nice to have at least the end user for my product is technically minded. So when you ask them like what kind of output do you want from this, or how many times are you going to run this per minute or things, they can like give you real answers instead of having like a non-technical customer, right? So yeah, it's nice and it's cool. And I work with big data stuff, so it's lots of like analytics and running like queries on like billion record data sets and trying to squeeze efficiency out of things and stuff. So it's like really cool, interesting things I have never done on another team before. It sounds what you would like to work on. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's hard. Like big data stuff. I guess it's becoming more common, right? The big data. I mean, well, I read an article that big data is not popular anymore, whatever that's supposed to mean, but I think that's just like rage bait article stuff. Jorstar, right now you're consuming an API, and they did their own interpretation of OAuth, but doesn't. That's already, yeah. I already feel your pain, yeah. I've had, I've worked with people who try to implement their own flavor, right? Not invented here syndrome, I think that's what it's called, right? When someone like doesn't want to use like an open package or something like that. They don't want to use an open source add-on, or they don't want to use like, like a built-in package or something because they want to do it themselves because they're like, well, I'd rather just do it myself. But it just ends up like wasting development time and not working properly. All right, I should be able to pass automation stopped in there that way. And again, I don't want, if automation, okay. So I'm going to run this, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop automation right away. And we'll see if that does what we want it to do here. Jorstar, basically the client secret needs to be updated every 2 months, but there's no automated way once it's expired. That sucks. Yeah, automated credential refreshing is difficult, right? Because that can be considered a security vulnerability. So it's kind of like ideally, I think what you want to end up doing is having a fast process that's like automated, but like triggered by like an authorized person, so they can basically just click a button to authorize you instead of having it just like roll forward automatically. We made a script to renew it every month, so it's never expired. Yeah, I mean, we have to do the same thing too, especially since we use so much data. Storing the volumes of data that we store is extremely expensive, and so like we have long retention times and stuff, but once a piece of data falls past retention, we typically drop it, like it's just deleted. And so a lot of the time there's like a race against like, hey, your retention timeout is going to show up soon. You better, now's your last chance to renew your subscription on your data, or it's going to poof. Hey, Bokill, nice to see you. How you doing? Welcome. Jorstar, your one app goes through millions and millions of records a day. Yeah, we get millions and millions of records, like an hour, per user. We have tons of data. We do our big data comes from security auditing. So like Windows domain and tenant auditing. So like user logs in, user opens this app, user opened this folder, user navigated to this folder, user opened this file. Like every single one of those events is recorded for like auth tracking, so that we have a bunch of smart algorithms and stuff that I don't work on that like detect abnormal behavior in users. So like user accessed a part of the domain they've never accessed before. User opened a file too many times. User had a lot of failed login attempts. User logged in from an IP address that's unusual, or a location that's unusual, and it like flags things like as suspicious behavior, for then a security administrator to go and be like, hey, what is this person doing? They've never logged in on a Saturday. Their user account's like 10 years old. They've never logged in on a Saturday, and they just logged in on a Saturday from like a different country, right? So it's like, that's a breach. And these things like trigger alerts that will wake someone up in the middle of the night. So it's all about like super preventative security stuff. You didn't realize, Bokill, that I was in the security industry? Yeah, so I mean, like, I am in, I guess, yeah, technically I'm in the security industry. I don't do like, I do more like threat detection and analysis more than like the encryption and stuff like that. So like crypto and other encryption techniques and things like that, I'm not very familiar with. I'm weak at math. I'm just weak at it. But yeah, I understand a lot of the security principles. So, KB, you think that's pretty sick, huh? I thought it was pretty funny that it's like, I learn a lot about security, and it's as part of my job, and it's interesting in hackmud to see how all of the different threat modeling and analysis and things like that, how they apply in the game too. A lot of them. It's really interesting. In theory, you have 5 different types of security teams. Joestar, you mean like at your company you have 5 different types? Or you just mean in general there are 5 types? Okay, let's start, and then I'm going to stop right away. That didn't quite work. Oh, and it didn't work because I didn't actually update my code to call it when it stopped. I just added it. So I actually have to call this callback method. Let's see. When I do check cancel, I break. Here I do a return. So I could do automation stop before I do the return. Same here. Automation stopped. Automation stopped. This looks like, well, it doesn't matter. I don't care about making this super efficient right now. I just want to get this callback working. Then automation stopped at the end of the loop here. Probably that's everything. Right? Where do these breaks break out of? They break out of the do while loop. Okay, so that's fine. And then another one here. Okay, let's try that again. Smork! Hey Smork! How's it going? Hackmud. Yep, more hackmud. It's always the hackmud. There are other games I want to play, but I keep fiddling. And there's so much more I have to do still, right? Okay, and then stop. Okay, it worked. Yeah, so my highlight thing went away. I did get a cross-thread violation. Great, okay. That's all fixed. Alright, so let's, oh, I should have just, wait, it is still running, right? Okay. Yeah, okay, so let me start it again, and then we'll watch it work a little bit here. KB, you are particularly interested in data handling and specifically working on API stuff. So it's interesting to hear about that and the ways it's used in the application. For sure. Like I almost feel like now that I know that hackmud exists, if I were like interviewing a candidate for a job and they said that, you know, oh, I play hackmud and I've got all these scripts that do this and I've got a X user sized botnet that's automated on a third machine in my basement and stuff, I'd be like, that's awesome. Like that'd be a check mark for like hiring a candidate. I think just knowing what I do about the game, it's really like it's fun and it's interesting, but it's been very educational and it's very like technical. I just think it's really cool how the game like is built to reward, like tickle your reward centers of your brain for like solving puzzles. It's just really cool. I've never played another game like this. I mean, this is the first like hacking game that I've played. I know there's a lot of them out there, but it's just like so interesting. Oh, another thing that I did is I built in all of the key tracking stats into my auto culling script. So as these tier 1 users are encountering, that's interesting. Okay. Wow, what are the chances? I pick a corp at random and I picked 2 corps that were both shifting at random. What are the chances of that? Anyway, I built the key tracking stuff so I can gather the statistics for their approximate drop rates myself, because I couldn't really find that information easily. Kill, the fun is just getting started. Yeah, I keep seeing the discussions in the Discord about the tier 3 stuff, and whew, it looks tough. It looks tough. But I'm gonna get there. I'm probably gonna get there a lot sooner than I think, because I'm pretty close to having tier 2 fully automated. So like, what more will there be? I can upgrade. Like, I have a couple things on my checklist, but then I'm gonna run out, and it's gonna be time to go up to tier 3. KB, that makes you feel good. You've learned a lot and continue to do so. That's very good. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, the chance of actually running to someone in a job interview in real life who's played hackmud is probably pretty slim, but your chances, I think, increase significantly if you're looking to work in computer security or information security for sure. So I think we'll let this last user do its automation, but yeah, you can pretty much see that it's like totally hands off at this point. I did run into a couple odd, actually basically just one odd behavior that I think has to do with flushing. But since then I gave a little bit more breathing room at the end of the breach before I do that flushing, so I don't think that I necessarily will find that again. I don't know. So I could just let this run. I can just let this run and walk away from the computer at this point, right? There is one other thing, and that is the autocall script leaves behind some modules that I'm not necessarily interested, like a character count v1s I'm not really interested in right now. So let's stop that. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we will... Oh, I also made it configurable. So that's another thing too. So I made it configurable, so I mean, if I want to change my stuff on the fly or whatever, this is all saved in an ini file. So I've got that going on too. Okay, so we'll close that for now. And we will switch back to VS Code. I'm just going to check to make sure I don't have any orphaned upgrades here. No. Okay. So let's go take a look at the key stats that I gathered. I wasn't really paying attention to the upgrades. I'm not sure if I received too many keys in there, but we can check. We can check the key and then stats, not start, stats true. So you can see the distribution of keys that I found so far. Now I'm not really going to have any V2s in here besides the ones that I already had from manually cracking tier 2, so you can kind of ignore those for now. But you can see, like, you can already see the statistical distribution of V1 keys. So I may just, like, because I like data, I may just run this for a while. I think, yeah, so Bow Kill with the NFI, some of these I bought because I saw them on the market for a very affordable price just when I was screwing around with keys a couple days ago. I don't remember which ones I bought and which ones I had looted, so I might be lucky. I might have just bought it at a good price. But once I have this kind of figured out, I'll know what's a good price and what's not a good price based off their distribution, their stat distribution. So, and I also don't really, I had a list that I acquired from elsewhere, right? Like Natarakon's script here told me what the tier 1 keys were, but now I can see that I'm mostly able to figure that out on my own now that I have the automation rolling. You see a few of those on the market. Yeah, I only bought one of each. I only bought one of each of the keys just because I don't have a whole lot of upgrade space right now, and I don't have any of the infrastructure to spread keys or GC across multiple users and manage them. That's something that's on my to-do list, is I have to figure out. I think it's going to involve bot brains polling in to say what their balances are and what keys they have, so that my central user can keep a record of it. I don't know how I'm gonna approach that yet. KB, how do I normalize this? Am I taking a snapshot every so often? What's the general strategy? So this data you're looking at here in hackmud, this is just counts. So at the end of my automation process, I run a utility that I wrote. I wrote a tool into my utility script called autocull, and what it does is it. Well, I can just show you what it does. I guess there's no point talking about it. So what autocull does, the first thing that it does is it looks for all the keys that the user that's doing the breaching, all the keys that they have acquired from their breaching attempts. It checks it just counts all of them first of all. So it just adds them all into the database. So it increments them if they're there. Otherwise, it adds them with a 1. That's what it's doing here. So this is strictly my raw encounter value. Like, this is just the count across any of my users that use autocull. So it's going to be a rough statistical distribution that is anecdotal, pretty much, for me and my users. Smork, you've been selling a ton of keys, especially since you figured out how Keykami works. Yeah, and I think I've actually bought a few off you incidentally as well. So, yeah. So KB, this data is not going to be worth a whole lot until I've done a ton of automating. So that's something that I'm just like, hey, since I have access to these numbers already, and as I run automation, I figured I'd want to capture this at least as quickly as possible, so that data doesn't just evaporate somewhere. So I don't know how long it'll be until I consider this valuable, but at least gives me a rough idea, a rough approximation of rarity. So I can say, like, for example, if I run into a 6HH, I can know, hey, maybe I should keep a second copy of this one, because I've only found 2 out of the last, like, 500 keys. That's kind of what that was the purpose that was driving this. All right, so automation looks good. Oh, I think I have to do a refresh of some of my scripts here. So we're just gonna up them all here. So we're gonna up utils. We're gonna up tier 1 and tier 2 scrapes, and we're gonna up my unicrack script. I think that's all of them. I don't think I touched my QR solver. Might as well. Okay, everything's up to date. So there, yeah, what did we want to do here? What did I have on my plan? So key rarity, so I've kind of done this. So I think I'm going to turn this into another point, and that would be that would be update, not pudate, update key util to store copies of rare keys, and then yeah, bank, GC, and key distribution across multiple users. I don't know if I want to do this one, username farming or banking in database, because I know that I'll have to do that for tier 3, I think, but I'm not worried right now. So I've got this done. I don't need that. I've got that done. I've got that done. I've got that done. Consider making the tier 2 scrape public with escrow. I will consider it. Okay, tier 3. So, yeah, so I want to prettify my cracking script a little bit, because I am addicted to the Flux UI. Demo box and Flux have made a very pretty UI that I like. It's very straightforward and easy to use. So I want to put right now. What does it look like? Oh, we kind of got it cut off. Let's go breach a tier 2. Let's go breach a tier 2 NPC, and we can just see what the current output looks like. That's another thing I have to do is I have to do the NPC, the tier 2 corp name generation stuff, because it doesn't quite work the same as it does in tier 1. So Xylib, tier 2 scrape. C is not defined. That happens sometimes if my QR codes are corrupt. I did just up my QR code. Shoot, did I break something? I always break something. I think we might up our stupid typo counter in a second. Let's go see. Let's go see. Let's switch to my library user. Okay, so if I try to scrape this, I get C is not defined on line 17, I think. That's line 17 of the minified script, though. Okay. What did I do? What did I do? What did I change last when I was here? I don't think I changed much. Oh, I mean the one thing I did change is that I had this supporting cracking multiple users and concatenating all the QR codes together. Get level name C. What the hell is C? I think that's the problem. What the hell is C? What is that supposed to be? C. Is that supposed to be A.T, I think, isn't it? Get level of name. Am I dumb? What is Yeah, name, and then the script name. So it should be this. Yeah. So what the hell is C doing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that that is a stupid typo. That counts as a stupid typo. So we're gonna put the stupid typo count up. Stupid typo. All right. Yep, that was the problem. I don't know where the hell that C came from, but it came from me because I'm the only one that's been working on this. George Star. No, yeah. So it wasn't CMD. A CMD I think is good. Yeah. So that's how many I get in like just under 3 seconds. And I know there's a little bit more room for time efficiency that I squeeze out of there, but there's no reason because I wouldn't. There's no way I need more than this, right? I don't need more than this. So that's what it looks like right now for tier 2. Oh yeah, no, we wanted to actually breach some of these. So I mean, there's so many QR codes. I decoded all of those QR codes myself. I'm very proud of that. Okay, so let's go to hardline and breach some of these. hold on. Go back to my tier 2 user. And then go to hardline. Joestar, am I going to sort them by what type of NPC they are? I wasn't planning on it. I did see some contention about some people's automations picking off certain types of NPCs. So I don't really care about turtles. Like I just breach them. I don't care. Unicrack T S dot this. We'll pick this one. Work is not defined, but yet I cracked them. That's interesting. So I wonder what happened there. Yo. Okay. What the fuck just happened there? I just lost like 5 mil. I received... Oh! What the hell happened here? I received 10 million. I think... No, not ARM. Okay. So, why didn't I... so I had 2 errors here, both in my cracking script. And because they both failed at a weird spot, it prevented my script from calling my bank to... Yeah, exactly. I hit a G-lock. I don't know why the G-lock sent 5 million away like that. Okay, so so what happened with work not defined? Work not defined. I got it twice. And that's interesting because I don't think I was seeing those results in my automation for tier 1. So this might be a strictly tier 2 cracking problem for some reason. It's got a cap of 1 million, but I hit it in a loop on my user. Yep, that checks out. I hit it 5 times and then failed. That's exactly what happened. So I gave them 5 mil. I mean, honestly, 5 mil means nothing to me right now, so that's fine. I mostly want to find out the bug that I have in here, which is in a stupid place, because this was working. I gotta see, Joestar, this is why I don't like going back and touching my old scripts. Because it always feels like I go back to touch one thing, and then something broke. I added some logging and then I broke something. So here's work. So what was the issue? Work is not defined, but it's defined here, but that means that I was accessing it elsewhere, and I think it was here because I'm accessing it outside of the let scope. That's the problem. So I just need to let that further up. So I'm gonna do that right here. I'm not sure why that wasn't happening with the tier 1s. Oh, it's because I just updated all of them. It's because I'm lazy. I can neither confirm nor deny that. And it's not because I'm too lazy to confirm or deny it. So I think that's the problem, is I made this change and then I ran my automation, and then when we stopped the automation, I came into the game and then I went and synchronized all my scripts, and I synchronized that bug. So I think that counts as a typo. So stupid typos +1. Okay, so if I up this, if I up this, I have to go back to user Zylib. I have to up tier 2, Unicrack. And then let's go and maybe get that 5 mil back. And all this because I just want it to look prettier when I'm using it. But I also think I want to gather, because as I said before, I really like data. I feel like each one of these things is something that I could store in my database. Oh, start over again. There we go. Yo, does it have 2 lockboxes? Can you have 2 lockboxes equipped? Frig. Wait. I'm running out of time. That's my problem. Alright, frig, I got my money back. Okay, my problem is I loaded the key, and then the script broke, and so I didn't unload the key afterwards and send it back. So the next time I ran, I loaded it, or I retrieved it from my library, and then I couldn't load it because my slots were full. So both of these keys need to go back. 25 and 21, I think both have to go back. So I have send Zylib 21 and 25. Okay. And then Zylib utils auto call. Okay. So that was a bit messy, and that was just because I had my bug left over. Okay. So, that's, it's not a very good example of what it looks like, but that's kind of what it looks like right now. Whatever. So this would say success, and then under here this would have said lock unlocked, and then it would have spit out the time the total breach took. But I want it to look better than this, because this is really just like I've colored some strings, and I want to see if I can make it look a little better using Flux UI. So that's what I want to take a look at here. Let's see, like, this is, I'm not sure what's available to me through Flux UI here. So I want to see kind of if there's some more examples of what I can do. Is it help true, maybe? So I have a parent section that has a header and subheader. So that could be, for example, that could be the location that I'm breaching. So I could have the location name there. And then I guess I could also have it whether or not I'm using a continuation token as the subheader. There's a free form text area. I don't think I really need to use that part. And then I could have a set of, I could have a section header that is for the locks, and then I could have a subsection here that is the lock name and how long it took to crack, and any associated data with that lock, so like the lock text or whether I had to withdraw a key. And then at the end I can have another section with the total time to breach and maybe any other stats that might be available there. This sounds like a lot of work. Sounds like a lot of work. I don't know if my log, the way that I'm forming my log messages, is conducive to just pushing it in there as is. Because it's an array, I suppose I could pop things out of the array and then look at them? Or do I build these layouts as we go? I think I need to take the log array, because if something goes wrong, like if I throw an exception, do I want to prettify the exception text? Let me think. It might be better to have, it might be better to have a method that converts my log array into the Flux UI sections. That might be better, but then I'll have to put like signalers in my log message. I'm not sure how best to approach this. So certainly, so I can use the layout colors that I like. It can be header, can be the name of the script, a.t.name, and the subheader can be if a dot non-continuation token, oh no, this should be whether or not I had a continuation token. So this would be CT. CT not equal to null. So I'm going to put CT not equal to null, and I can put continued. Oops. I can put continuation. Continuation. Maybe just cont. Lots of people use cont. And then I can put this. Continued, true or false. In fact, maybe I only output whatever. So then the children right now will just be the log messages, but I don't want that to be true. I want it to be...
Brondo's got what? That's great.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
It's what they use to make Brondo.
Yeah, but why do they use them to make Brondo?
Because Brondo's got extra legs.
Thank you, Jorstar. It's not Brondo. It's not Brondo though. It's fruit punch. What did they have in the hospital water fountain? Do you remember? It's like tropical punch or something. All right. So I think what I have to do is I have to build up the sections alongside, or at least build up the section arrays alongside my logs, my just regular log list. So I want a header, and I want a subheader. No, I want a section header for each lock, I think. No, I think I just want a section for each lock. So this would be yeah, render list, right? It doesn't really have the, I don't remember the instructions here because it's render list, but I don't remember how to specify which kind of list it is. I suppose by default it is a freeform list, which is not what I want. I want an unordered list. I don't know how to specify that I want it as an unordered list. I might have to go peek at the Discord. I have to look for flux underscore UI, I think. I don't see anything there either. Nothing shows up with Flux UI. Is it just Flux space UI? Maybe I'll find something. Nope, I see nothing. Shoot. Public utils, maybe? Damn. Well, Flux, demo box. If either of you are here or watching this, I need more help. Help True has got to give me more help. It would be nice if it told me what to use in JavaScript to get these different lists and freeform areas, because I don't even know what that is either. So, okay. Well, I think we'll just do it as a regular list for now, and we'll have to fix that at some other time. Maybe I'll ask one of them on the Discord later. Okay, so we will. So we're gonna need an array of these lists, and each list is going to be for a lock. So as we start a new lock, we will create a list and populate it based off of the, what's going on with that lock during the cracking. And then at the end of this process, we will unroll them, essentially. Or actually, I might just be able to just throw them straight in here as children. So this might be actually very easy to accomplish. So let's do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably functionize this. A lot of functions in here. So this function is going to be lock section, I guess. I'm not sure what it's going to take yet, but it is going to return this. The header is going to be the lock name. The subheader is going to be the solve time. And the items are going to be messages, I guess. So that'll be an array. And we'll worry about the widths that we need later. So lock section. Okay. So let's take a look here. Anywhere where we were logging that we started a lock, for example. So we are going to have a rolling nope. No, I have to be able to modify this. So, I'll have to have a rolling object, and after I solve it, I will new up a section for it, because I need all 3 pieces of data first before I can new it up. So here I'm going to have lock data, I guess, and it's going to have a name. It's going to have a solve time, and it's going to have I guess that's a number, and it's going to have a messages, which is going to be an array of strings. Just running Flux UI shows this. Public utils Flux UI lib. Layout, section, and list, all with values of S. Those are colors. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that the help. So originally there wasn't even a help file until I asked DemoBox, like last week or the week before, to add a help file to this, because there is a better help file with the box UI lib, but I like the Flux UI more personally. So I think this is just something that needs a little bit more feedback, and hopefully Flux or DemoBox can go in there and just expand. Like, it really just needs an examples section at the bottom. I think that would be good, because the box UI has that example section. So all right, so I will new up a lock data, and I will modify it as I go through here. So lock data, actually what I should probably do is new it up here. When I do starting lock, I will do lock data equals, and then the name will be this. I'm at 0. The solve time will be 0. The messages will be empty for now. Okay. When I solve it, whoops. When I solve it, I will also update lock data solve time to be equal to this value. Actually, I feel like I should colorize these as well. So this one's already colorized to the color of the lock, which is like cyan or whatever. This one I want to be colorized in what did I want? A, I think, to have this as white. No, I don't need that on the backticks if I'm using semicolons. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm getting my formatting all screwed up. These need to be backticks. There. So the solve time will equal that, which means solve time actually needs to be a string. And then messages will be I guess I should probably just take this whole thing. M. Oh no, I can't use M. I'm already using M. MSG. Which is delicious. Everyone loves MSG. Use double quotes. I need an interpolated string because I need to be able to throw that in there. So lock data solve time is going to be that. I'm going to log the message. And I'm also going to do lock data dot messages dot push message. Okay. Starting lock, blah. All this stuff. I don't log anything for these. Oh, my neck. Lockbox key unavailable. So this is a terminating condition. So do I want to prettify my failure conditions? Right? That's the question here. So I mean, that's fair, Smork. That's fair. That's probably why my back and neck hurt. Alright. So, well, let's just stick with success conditions for now. When oh, well, let's do something else here. So, all this solved messaging stuff also happens at the end of the loop, right here. I think that's the exact same string, so we're just going to do that. Okay. Not this, not... Hold on, I did something funny here. Color this with 1. Oh, so I'm using 1, not A, but I think they're both white. You know what? You should be... whatever. Blah. Consistency. Consistency. What's the big deal with consistency anyway? I have enough chars to add all this formatting. Oh yeah, this is on my library user. That's all my library user has is chars. Chars and script slots. Like if everything I've added so far, I'm still under 5,000 characters. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Especially if I were to make this into a variable, I should do that because that'll save me characters too. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn this into a variable as well. Let dt equal this, and then this will be dt, and then this will be dt. This will just be dt. Hold on. dt is 1. Why did I do it like this? Why did I do this? I made a colorize method, and I don't remember why I did that. I think it was saving me characters. Oh, it's when I needed to colorize like a substring of something else. I think that might have been stupid. I might be stupid. I might be stupid. It does save me characters though, because if I do _C 1, I don't think that saved me characters actually. Why wouldn't I just colorize? What was I thinking? What was I thinking here? Why didn't I just put 1? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Why did I make this method? Look at this. Why did I do that? Color plus this plus this. Colors the string with M with hackmud color code C. Why? Oh, it's because I wanted to colorize a string that had a string in it? That doesn't seem to make any sense. I think I'm just crazy. I think I'm just a crazy person. I'm gonna get rid of this for now. I don't know why I did that. And I don't think it's really helping me at all. If I want this to be colored with a 1, I can just escape backtick 1, do it, then escape backtick, backtick. Like what's the problem there? Right? 4941 from 4968. So I'm pretty sure that's saving me characters. So I can do 2 solved in, and I want date time here to be colorized with 1. So I go backtick, backtick 2, backtick, backtick DT, backtick. Yeah, I'm nuts. Why did I do it? Why did I do it like that? All right. Who knows? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Except that's backtick 1. And then I am going to do the same thing here. It's going to be, it's just going to be DT. Oh, DT's already backticked. That's why. See, this is refactoring, Jorstar. This is the refactoring that you're talking about. We're just going through and just futz with this, futz with that. 4922. It did save me a bunch of characters though. It saved me 40, 45, 46 characters just doing that, so maybe it's worth it. I had to find all my other color codes here. This is supposed to be F, so this is going to be backtick F. All of this stuff. Backtick, backtick. That saved me another 6 characters. Yeah, for sure. That color method was a mistake. We want this one to be J. Backtick. Solved in. Oh, and this is the same. Hold on, I already did this code. This. I think that's all. Oh no, hold on, I just saw one more. Total breach time. Backtick 1. All of this. Escaped backtick. Backtick. Okay. That was a pain. But we're down below 4,900 characters, so absolutely that was a mistake. This was a mistake, I'm not sure what I was thinking of when I did it, but I was wrong. Okay. So back to building this lock data object. So anywhere where we're logging something that has to do with the key, I'm not going to worry about this one right now. This one logs the glock phrase. So I'm going to do the same. Oh geez, I'm going to do the same thing here. Lock data dot messages dot push, and I'm going to push. Actually, we'll do the exact same thing here. Let message equal this. Message. And then I almost want to do like this same thing over and over again, which is telling me that I should probably have a function that does it. It must have minified that for me. Oh no, it didn't. Okay. So that is the key for lockbox. I suppose I could. I should be logging the key itself. Key, and then V. Do I want that to be a color? I guess it doesn't have to be right now. So I do key V. Yeah, why not? Let's do color. What color should we use for key? Yellow, maybe? H, J, maybe J. J. Alright, so that's going to push it to the messages. I should probably just copy this whole block for now. Where else am I logging something that has to do with the messages? This is the Magnara. So this is going to be W instead of R. That's R as well. Those are error conditions. That's an error condition. Timeout breaching continuation token saved, and then returns as logs. I think that is... I don't know how to prettify that yet. I suppose that could go at the very end. But I'm returning early there, so that again is not going to get prettified. This shows up just in the client when you do it, so I don't really need to log how much money was earned or returned to my bank. Unloading key this. Lock unlocked is required to get the nice noise that I like when you breach. And then the total breach time. Okay. So when, there's another thing that we have to do here. So when we roll over the lock data, we need to do that new section, the lock section. Because we'll have a completed lock data in here. So we have a lock data, and we're going to have a let lock sections equal an array. And we're going to do lock sections dot push, and it's going to be lock section, and it's going to be lock. Oh, hold on. It's going to be here. Lock sections dot push new lock section with the what are these supposed to be? Name, solve time, and the messages array. So name is here. It's going to be lock data dot lock name dot name, and then lock data dot solve time. Can I just pass lock data as an object in here? Maybe I should just do it like that. Lock data. Whoops, what happened there? Lock data. Lock data dot name. Lock data dot solve time. Lock data dot messages. There. And then another one at the end. And then I want a section header here. I don't know how to make, I think, what do I do? Render section? Layout? There's a layout, a list, and a section. Yeah, so I think I would do, I'll render the list. Lock. I mean, it should be called lock list technically. Jorstar, you said there was a way to do that rename fast in VS Code, but I forgot. Okay. So lock list, and this should be called lock lists also. Nope. What happened here? Lock sections. D. Lock lists. Right? That should have changed all of them. Yeah. Okay. Just Control D. All right. So I don't need that. Children are going to be so I have to make a section at the end, because on this section I want the like the lock unlocked, the args that were used, and the total breach time to be at the end. Oh, we've got an ad coming in, so I'm gonna step away for a few minutes. I'm stretch my legs, my back, and get some go to the bathroom and stuff. So I will be back in I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, thanks, be right back. Alright, I'm back. It is unclear to me if we are still having an ad. Don't look like it. I'm not sure why the ad timer stuff. Okay, see ya. I'm not sure what's up with the ad timer. Anyway, thanks for your patience. I am back. All right. I want to get this. Prettified, and then do a little bit of time getting the automation ready for Tier 2 automation to roll in support Tier 2 users, so that I can, because once I've got that, I can expand my user base a little bit, and then maybe take one user up into Tier 3. I don't think that part's going to happen today. It's not going to happen today, but I think that's what I'm aiming for here, where I'm heading towards. So I think the last thing here is I want these 3 messages to be added to a section, maybe, or maybe I just want them at the end. I think I can just add them as children. So I might just be able to do, because here I'll have lock lists, and an array can have mixed types in JavaScript. So I should just be able to do lock lists.push, and then the same strings here, lock unlocked, JSON stringify G, and I suppose I can just like copy this. Actually, I want these to be the same, so I'm gonna put it here. Whoops, I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna do let dt equal, and then this, this, and then I could do lock list stop push this, and then I can return layout here after doing lock list. So let's see how much I broke by doing all of this. So let's switch to my library user. Up, Unicrack, and then I mean I can breach from my library user. No, I don't want to, because I've got all these keys and stuff here. I don't want to do that. Okay. Do some show NPCs. I'll have to scrape again because that information's long gone by now. This one's not as old. Okay, it's a lot. Start with this. I hate having to do experiments on my cracking script because, oh, you know what? I could have done beta.locksym, I guess, and just put like a big lock stack or a random tier 2 lock stack on there. Oh well. Oh well. Xylib.unicrack. See what it looks like. Fuck! It did it again. Ah! Why did I have cache? Oh, it's gonna do the continuation token. Man, I really fucked that up. There we go. Okay, that's a little... that doesn't look very good. And I think some of the colors are scrambled because of the color change that takes place in the hard line. So we'll do a few more here. Yeah, there's like some line clipping and some other things going on there. Okay, well that puts a stop to that. Okay. Yeah. I'm really trying to figure out what happened here. So the first one looks good, right? Data check and I mean, sys solved in this, which is kind of redundant. Then there's like a comma on this line. I don't know if this is a Flux UI bug or if this is a me bug. There's like an extra comma. Why is there an extra comma? Looks like it started a list rather than a new section. It like this part here should be here. And it's a comma. I'm wondering if so this lock lists is an array of list layouts, except it's also got 3 strings appended to the end of it. And it looks like it spit it out as the array instead of what I would be expecting, which was like the children properly formatted. Like it didn't properly format them for some reason. So I'm wondering if it was these last 3 pushes. So I'm going to use beta locksim here. So let's do the same thing. Let's do a data check v2. I don't want to do a glock. Lockbox and Magnara. How about that? Oh, that's invalid. Okay, well, hold on a sec. Switch to my library user because it'll be easier to debug from here if I have to. Locks, data check v2, lockbox is just like that, I think. Okay, and then I should be able to do beta lock sim. Wow, what the hell? Maybe I had an old continuation token in my database. Okay. So, oh, I didn't up it. No. So it's just doing commas in there, even though, yeah, so the Flux UI doesn't like, it doesn't like multi-line stuff. So if I'm going to continue to use it, I'm going to have to make sure that any line that I add in here is truncated, or I split it at, you know, at the nearest space.
Scott Pilgrim! Hey!
Oh,
Buddy, welcome to the Chaos
Big
Theater.
Doggy 101. Thank you so much for the follow. I passed an array of arrays. Is that what I did? So it's supposed to be a list of list layouts. These are supposed to be like a layout list. At the end. Oh yeah, lock. Oh yeah. Yup, 100%. Wow. Thanks, big dog. You came in here and you're my hero. You came in here right at the end. Saved me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for the follow. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably what's going on there. So let's try this again. Yeah, that's exactly it. Awesome. Sounds like another typo. Indeed, it is. So stupid typos goes up one. I love this counter. Okay. So yeah. So now this doesn't seem right. So I would have expected by looking at Flux UI. Where are you? Nope. I have to put it like this. By looking at Flux UI. Oh, right. Help true. I always forget that. I wanted like a freeform text area, right? Yeah, it's not really a help so much as it is like a demo, right? It's like a demo. But I want to know, like, how do I get it to look like that? Because you can't just have them as children, because I would have figured this was free text. Unless there's like a text. It's possible there's like a text area here. Like there might be a text property. In which case I wouldn't do it like this. Whoops. What am I doing here? I wouldn't do it like this. I mean, I can just try. Just stringifying G here and seeing what that looks like. Well, that didn't do anything, so text is not the property. Is there a proper man page? Well, I don't know. What would that be? Right? Man true? I have no idea. Like this is very new. Like I think Flux and Demo put this together like over the maybe even just last week. I think they threw this together. So and I think last weekend when I was streaming, Demo was in here and was like taking some of my feedback like on the fly during the stream. So I think it's just got some other glitches to work out. But I'm imagining because this demo is likely using itself, right? So this must be possible. I would imagine that it's not. That would be really bad if it were hard-coded. If this demo were hard-coded. So I'm going to assume that it's not. So I just need to find out how to, like, what's the magic in here. Because adding it as the children doesn't seem to do it. Where was it? Yeah, like here. If I just add strings in at the end, that doesn't seem to do anything. Or it doesn't do it the way that I want it to do it. And then it doesn't seem to be text. There's children, there's text. Like, free text? Like, I'm not sure. Nope, that's not it either. Yeah, this might be something that I just have to like tag them on the Discord and say, hey, I was trying to get this or that, and also like if you had an example with how to how the JavaScript needs to look like to get the display to look like this. I also don't like this subheader the way that it is. I want the subheader to be if CT is not equal to null. I guess I don't need that. Then I want it to be continuation. Or continued, I guess. What's your problem? Oh. Otherwise empty. Yeah, man, I really wish I knew how to put that in there. So I suppose I could put this in a section. Maybe that's the thing, is it has to be in a section header? No, because this was right at the top. Damn. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave this as a to-do. Talk to demo box or flux and figure out how to do free text. Also ask about more detailed help docs. Ah, it's an itchy eye. Alright. Okay, so that's gonna be what it looks like for now, I guess. Actually, I think what I'll do until I've got that working, I think I'm just gonna return logs. So it goes back to my more raw output, I guess. Maybe just render text area or something. I mean, I'll give it a try. It's free to try, but I think I don't think that's it. Just because oh, I see what you mean. You mean like let text area equal layout lib dot render text area, or render text maybe, and then children, and then an array of strings. Like, is that what you were thinking, Big Dog? I mean, this has a one in a million chance of succeeding, right? Because it could be literally anything. Just render text area string input. Like that. Is that what we're talking about? And then push text area in here. Let me try it. No, it did add like something, but it's blank. So it's hard to tell. Does that mean that render text area is correct? And it wants an array of strings, like how the other ones are set up with children. Oh, what's the other one take, actually? Press the right friggin' square brace, please. Oh my god. Okay. What did the layout, the list layout look like? It had items, I think, not children. So maybe I should do that for this one. I should do items. No. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to ask the people that wrote it. It was a good shot though. Like it could have worked. Alright. So I'm gonna leave that as a to-do. I'm gonna leave this as just returning my kind of simpler UI for now. And then let's before we I've got another 30 minutes or so. So let's look at what we have to do to the automation to support these changes from tier 2. Okay, so I already have kind of the framework here to support tier 2 user. So as I'm going through the automation users, I am checking their tier along with how many hard lines they have. So if I insert a tier 2 user in here, it will say tier 2. But I think right now it'll default here and say that tier is unsupported. So I have to add if you log object keys layout live, it should show all the properties. Yeah, I mean it's a good idea, Big Dog, but I think just because I just have a limited amount of time left, I think I just want to move on to this last part here. So because the help file, right, shouldn't leave somebody guessing on what they have to do afterward, one way or the other. So like, yeah, I could maybe I'll put a note there just in case they don't get back to me. I'll just leave a note for myself that I mean, I'm already kind of doing that, so I'm gonna be like object.keys, right, and then X or whatever. I'll put a note. I might try that like later if I don't hear back from Demobox. It's not really a help file. Yeah, it's more like a demo, like a sample, right? It shows you a sample. Okay. So I have a tier 2 scraping script, and on the previous stream we made sure that the output matches the output that's coming from my tier 1 stream. So, or my tier 1 scraping script. So I don't think I have to change too much there. What I do have to do is I have to add a tier 2 scraping script to my settings, which is basically exactly the same, except it's tier 2 scrape. Tier 2 and tier 2. Okay, and then where was I? In the engine. So I can't get a random public corp the way that I can in tier 1 because there's only a very small number of them, and the script name has some random variance to it. So I think I'm going to use show.mpcs because that's what I've been doing manually, and just parse out these. So this is actually not going to be too hard to do in C#, thankfully, because of link. So what I can do, this can be up here. So I want to do an execution. Well, I want to check my I suppose I should have my cancellation. I think I already have a cancellation above where I'm calling this. I do, so I really didn't need that one there. Oh, hey Matrix, welcome in. You think show has a subscript friendly output. Is script true? Is script true? I guess that's script friendly. It's script friendly and it's user unfriendly. They are JS objects, so I'm imagining there's a bunch of them, but there's less than there are corps here. So it's actually interesting because I'm wondering what these objects are. Matrix, I'm assuming you by saying because you said 1 sec that this is yours. So you're gonna fix that right now because that would be awesome. It may be truncated. Yeah, I mean it might be truncated as well. Objects getting coerced into strings. As opposed to doing like a JSON stringify on it. Or just like parsing it. Okay, well, I need to, while that's happening, so I need to have, I don't think I'm going to make this part configurable right now. So, the first thing I have to do is I have to get a list of, so getting active T2 corp scripts, and then I will call show.npcs. I can do response lines dot skip until skip while x x dot starts with high sec. So skip while it's not equal to high sec, and then dot take until take while. I thought there was a take until. I must be imagining something. You said try now. Okay. I guess the problem is that I don't know what the security is of these, because they don't have a security property. Like I could do a check on them, but I wouldn't want to do a check on like all of them. Can you add that the security level into those properties? Because that would be super helpful. Forgot the script level, you dingus. Is my thing broken again? Alright. This is really just removing bits from the backend API, but you can expose the security level. Yeah, because I could check against member, but that would give me some mid-sec ones, right? I actually don't know what the difference is between the mid-sec and the high-sec. Are the mid-secs just tougher? Tier 2 is, yeah, I know tier 2 is both. I'm just not sure, like, because I know, like, the mid-sec locks, there's functionally no difference. Oh. Because I've been avoiding them for now. So, but if they're basically the same, then I guess I don't need to avoid them. So yeah, I guess I could do it the way... Well, anyway. If it's in there, that would be helpful. And then I don't have to string parse. Corps go 50-50 in a higher mid, but there's no observed difference in the content or the NPCs. That's weird. Weird. Is it in there now? Not yet. Okay. Okay, well, that means that... Whoops. This code that I'm writing is garbage. Oh, it's done now. Okay. Just missed you. Are there filter parameters for show.npcs? Big Dog is asking. Matrix, that's actually not a bad question either. So it's just the script and the sec level now. And some of these don't have a sec level. So I don't know if something went wrong there. I think we have less. Well, I guess we don't need these. That is... I guess it's not really necessary. But not all of them have a script level. Though I get that's okay too, I guess. The sec level, these would be 4s, I assume. Jorstar, you thought there'd be more risk and possibly higher loot in midsec. Yeah, you'd thought... I would have thought that too, right? Because the more security access a script has, the more that can be done. So I would have figured, like... I think when I was first starting out on Tier 2, I figured the mid-sec ones would be where the G-locks were, for example, or whatever. Like, some script that had access to something more dangerous. Because, like, what is sys.manage? Like, sys.manage is mid-sec. So, couldn't it screw with your X for upgrade to, like, what's that? Oh, it's low sec. So it could screw with your lock order, I guess, but that doesn't really do much. Tier 1 corps are done weirdly in show NPCs because of how they get tracked. I'm imagining it's because they're hard-coded, right? That list is hard-coded. Because that's what I'm doing in my automation right now, is I just hard-code all of those and I pick from the list at random. Okay, so I could do this and I could get them where the sec level is 3 or 2. Smork Shuffler does something like shuffling your lock order. Oh, okay. That's a tier 3 lock, right? I haven't looked at any of them yet. Some of their names sound familiar to me, but I haven't seen any of them in action yet, personally. Okay, I keep opening VS Code. Okay, so if I do show NPCs and I do is script true, this will give me oh, Matrix. Matrix, I'm not calling this from a script. I'm not calling this from a script at all. This is calling it from an out-of-process automation. I just noticed that when I'm like, okay, now I get all the lines from the... Wait a minute. Right, but I still have to read the lines off the screen, right? That's the problem. Yeah. I'm flushing them. I'm flushing them, yeah. But, I mean, I'm glad that I made that more usable by trying to use it. Do I have a JSON parser? I do, but my my process interface is sending things back as a list of lines. So I would have to reassemble them and then parse it as JSON and then filter the JSON, or I could just use the way that it was sent back to me without is script and just do the skip take like I was gonna do in the first place on the lines, and then just split. I guess they're both a similar amount of work, honestly. It's a similar amount of work, to be honest, but I think I'm just gonna do this one for now. I keep opening VS Code. So thanks for fixing it though. Sorry about that. So response lines, we're gonna do skip while x. X does not start with high sec. Okay, we're going to skip while, and then we're going to take while x, and x does not start with, and we're going to say low sec. So this will sweep through from high sec down and get the mid sec one as well, and then it's going to do where on this, and we're going to do where x is not empty, and where it is not starting with mid sec. So this should get only the lines with corpse on them. It's okay, you're just glad that it works now? Yeah, I mean, I'm glad too, because if I ever want to, I'm probably going to want to call this from another script at some point, I'm imagining, especially in tier 3, so it'll be helpful for that too. Jorstar, you're in before people had scripts against it, and now all those scripts are broke. That's true. I wonder how many scripts you just broke, Matrix. I didn't think about that at all. That's very funny. In theory, you could make a script to parse the output and just get what I need. Yeah, like I could just call my own script that then calls this one, but there's not really any point. I'm already doing all the stuff in C#, so I might as well just do it like this. If they were doing it before it was hard broken, so those objects weren't actual objects being returned to the calling script hackmud. It was actually just returning it a string that just said object, object, object in it. From your understanding, Big Dog, this will still get the high sec header. So I should skip while it's not equal. Oh yeah, you're right. And then I should do one more skip. Good eye. Good eye, Big Dog. Yeah, skip an extra line there. Okay, and then we'll take while it's not equal to low sec, and then we'll do a where it's not empty or starting with mid sec, and then we'll do we will select x where and then for each x we'll do x dot split by colon, and we'll take the middle one and we'll do a trim on it. Okay, and then that's all of our these are our tier 2 corpse, I think. That's a bit of a link statement. Why not just take until empty? Take until empty, because then I will miss midsec. I want to get the high sec and the midsec in, because they're both tier 2, and as Matrix was saying, there's not really anything different between them. I've been avoiding them because I thought the mid-secs were more dangerous, but apparently that's not true. So I'll grab them both. We'll split fail on the empty line. I shouldn't get the empty line because my where is doing a where it's not empty. So this should kick out the empty lines, and this should kick out the line that says midsec on it. So what I should end up with is skip, 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 take all of these, and then it will exclude these lines and this line because of the where. And then I should be able to split the remaining lines by colons. You're only reading half the code. Do you not see the... Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so that should give me my tier 2 corporations. Then I should be able to grab one at random. I'm wondering how much of this tier 1 stuff I can... tier 1 stuff that I can take and duplicate. Oh, you can see it now, you just didn't read it. Okay. Well, that's on you then. Okay, so I think I don't think I have to worry about them shifting because they actually... Oh, I guess they can show up here and they can be brand new because they're still shifting in. So maybe I do have to... fucking VS Code. Maybe I do have to have that there. So... then I'll have the message. Okay, so I want to pick one at random and say that I'm scraping it. Actually, I think past that point, a lot of this is the same. I'm going to scrape them. If the response comes back as it's shifting, I want to pick a different one. I think the only thing that changes here is this and this. So I think I need to take this whole thing. Take this whole thing and parameterize it. That's funny. So the only difference is, so if I do this, and put it down here, I have this part what is this? This is an I enumerable. This is technically an I enumerable. So I suppose I could just have an I enumerable of string corpse, tiered corpse, and then if for 0 and 1, tiered corpse is going to equal T1 corpse. And for here, it's going to be this. Okay. And then once I come down here, this becomes tiered corpse. So I still pull one from the list at random. Sorry, what's your problem here? Because it's an I enumerable. Cannot apply indexing to an expression with I enumerable. So can I make this an I list? And then this isn't a list anymore. And I can just do toList. And now tier 1 corpse. Okay, so now they're both just lists, so I can just make them lists. Okay, there. Problem solved. Alright. Okay, running out of time here. But this is not too bad actually. So then the other thing is this, the scrape script format. Equals this for tier 1, and it equals this for tier 2. Okay, so it gets the corporation randomly selected from the appropriate tiered list of corporations. It's going to attempt to call the appropriately tiered script format. This line repeats here and here. Okay. So that is that's it? Because my cracking script is already set up to handle tier 2. Is that it? Is this ready to automate tier 2 users after that little of a change? That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so we can test this. So let's so what we'll do is we will so we will run this. I'll what the heck is going on here? What happened there? Why did it do that? Okay, there we go. That was weird. So we'll do this. And what I'll do is I will add my tier 2 user to the front. So it should be the first one that it uses. So... And then it... I should just be able to start. Oh, see, why did it do that? Stop! Did it not save my settings? Save. It said running automation for Zylox, Zybot, and Zybit. But it said next user is Zybot, but it should have started at the first one. Why? Where does it get the users from? So automation users dot next user, and next user should have been empty. Next user equals automation users dot next user. It takes it as a hash set, gets the index of the last one, which is empty, so it'll be -1. It does +1 to it. That's supposed to come back as 0, and it's supposed to get me my hash at 0. Something went wrong with adding it mid-run, I think. Let's try it again from fresh and see if that fixes it, because maybe that's just a changing settings on a fly bug, which I don't have to fix right now. So I should be able to do start, and it should say, yeah, okay, yeah, so it's a bug with switching settings on the fly. Okay, so scraping suborbital airlines member access. And it didn't do anything there. Something's got stuck on something. Did I pop up a bug? That's weird. It's just stuck. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. It's really stuck. It's stuck in an infinite loop somewhere. I'm imagining it's stuck in the scraping, because that was the last thing that it said, was scrape, getting active 2-2 corpse, and then it said, this, it did scraping corp, and it got stuck. Tier 2 scrape format, that should be this one, which is, let's just sanity check this and make sure it actually works against what we were trying to, well, no, because it didn't even try to send that command. So that's not the issue. So it didn't even do, it got stuck in here somewhere? I think I'm just gonna have to debug it, honestly. So let's just run this again. Okay, it switches to that user no problem, gets the tier. Okay, so it got a corp, Tyrell members only. If I run this, it just went off somewhere. It just went off into the ether. That's really weird. Okay, let's try one more time. I gotta look at that line more closely. "66 lines. 66. Oh, right. I haven't done anything yet. Ah, scrape script format is null because this one's null. So my settings... Oh, see, this is my problem. These all need to have defaults if they're not loaded in my... This is my problem. Default... Whoops. Private. That's fine. So these have to be, so I get rid of these. This is because my settings existed already in my ini file. So all of these have to be, if they're null, use the default. If it's null, use the default. If it's null, I want that one actually to be empty because that one's optional. I think that's it. Missed a semicolon. Okay. Still fucking null. Jesus. Settings bug. What is settings T2 scrape format? Is it null or is it not null? IEnumerable visualizer, that's weird. This isn't what I wanted. It's a fucking object, man. It is not null. What is going on here? Tier 2 scrape format. Value is null, but it is not null. Really? So if I go this equals null, I get true. So what the fuck are you talking about? Default tier 2 scrape format. What the fuck? That's dumb. Stupid Newton soft. I should have used whatever Microsoft's stupid JSON thing is. JSON.net or whatever. Okay. This should do it. Okay, give me my friggin' scraping script format string, please. Alright, there we go. Alright. Are you okay? Oh, ha. Oh, there we go. So I have protection built into my scraping script that says if it's not high sec to fail. So I don't need that anymore. So I'm gonna take that out. But let's see how this does on a tier 2. So this is automated. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, so that one failed. And this is the problem. This is the difference between the tier 1 and tier 2 automation. So tier 2 cracking can actually just legitimately fail. For example, here, I don't have a D9J key. I just don't have it. So it's gonna do this like five times, I think, and then give up. I'm assuming D9J is a very rare one, Matrix. I think I'm trying too many times. Anyway. I'm gonna let this, it's pretty uncommon. Okay, so I don't feel too bad about it. I think 10 times is too many retries here, just in general. As I get higher up, my cracks will outright fail. You need to catch them. Yeah. Like what's happening here. Like I wrote this in, right, specifically that the lockbox key doesn't exist. So it detected a breach failure and aborted the hardline, which is what I wanted to do. It just took too long to figure that out. And then what I want it to do is just move to the next user, because a breach failure is okay. So there's a couple changes that have to be made there to shore up tier 2 for automation. Yeah, so for tier 2 it's lockbox, Magnara, and sometimes account NT. So lockbox for sure, 100%. For me, I think very rare data check v2 will also trip me up because I don't have those I don't have any of the v3 answers right now. I'm actually able to solve Magnaras, but maybe just not fast enough. 7-character Magnaras can take me a really, really long time, but my script will solve it. And then account NT, the last time I tested my account NT against beta locksim, I was at 100% solve rate. So, but it's taken me a while to get there. So I might be like 99% solve on account NT. But even then, I still also have that fail case written into my cracking script. So there's a couple to-dos we have to do in here. So I'm gonna write them down, and then we'll end up there. So what I need to do here is, if breach failure is detected, to do, just move to the next user. And then I also have to do another to-do, but I think this to-do is in the cracking call itself. I need to do better handling for known failures. For example, key unavailable. Account NT work happens in waves as you battle harden it. Yes, and that's exactly what I found. Yeah, there are a lot of corner cases. Yeah, my account NT code is like 80% of my cracking script. Just, it's like 3 or 4 functions just for account NT stuff. All right. So yeah. So I think we'll leave it there for now. So we're pretty close to tier 2 automation. Yeah, that's aside from like the gaps in my cracking script logic, but it looks like my out of process automation is okay at handling. Oh, there was something else in here too. The editing settings on the fly doesn't work, I think, because I'm not passing it properly by ref or something like that. So to do settings don't take effect when edited mid run or yeah, whatever. I know what that means. So, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. So I can throw this at my tier 1s, no problem, and just let it roll and load up those, build up those key stats, just for my own knowledge. And then, yeah, we're getting to a point where I think I might like expand my bot users a little bit. So I might end up buying some more user slots, because I think I've got almost all of them used up. Yeah, I have 6 of 7. I guess I have that Zytemp user, which is still in the VLAN, but it would be nice to have like a few tier 2 ones as well, especially since they get significantly less hardlines, right? Like if I let that automation run, I'd be out of hardlines within the hour, and it takes a really long time to get them back. I think you get 1 in an hour or 1 every 2 hours or something crazy. So yeah, but we're pretty good. And then once we get that stuff done, it might be time to take a peek at tier 3. That'd be pretty crazy, because I'll have the worst regen rate is tier 4 at 1 per hour. Okay, So I'd be still though. I need more than one user if I want to like really be able to automate tier 2. So anyway, okay, so that's it for tonight. Thanks everyone for coming by and hanging out. You know, Matrix, Smork, Jorstar. We had some new people. Big Dog, thank you for the follow and for coming in and helping me out. You came in strong. Came in and helped me fix something right away. Yeah, and KB, it was nice to see KB in here too. And I think Free Frag was in here. Free Frag gave a wave and then just lurked, I think. But yeah, so my next regular stream will be Saturday morning. Honestly, it's probably going to be. Oh no, sorry. What day is it? It's Tuesday. My next regular stream is going to be Thursday. So Thursday, same time, about 9 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you all here. If you're lurking or just watching this VOD later on and you like what you saw today, please give me a follow. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so I hope all of you have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you again soon. So take care. Be good. All right? Thanks.